Welcome, fire signs. This is all right. Welcome, fire signs. This is the Pretty Coach Oracles, and this is Jude. Now you should come here with um, the elemental reading of fire. Okay. I do want to preface this video by saying this message is going to be for the collective, even though I know that it says it's fire signs, okay, or fire element related. All of these signs, they only, break down into smaller portions what is really supposed to be for us to learn from and take from as a collective. So I would encourage everybody to watch all the readings that I did for each element. We've got the water, the air, the earth element, and now we're at the fire. I encourage everybody to watch all of them because I'm positive that these messages are going to resonate with everybody across the board, okay? So hold on. Give me, I'm getting over a cold. But anyway, where was I at? Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna hop into the fire element now. I do have to hurry up at this point. But I got all the messages, so I'm gonna hurry up and do this. The overall energies of this reading within the fire elements were, and this is from the Soul's Journey Tarot. I got grief and worry, okay? Grief and worry. And I really feel like somebody is very afraid that maybe a connection will not come back together. They're afraid that maybe, this person and them won't come back around to one another and they won't experience the harmony and union and balance. Okay. So this is where the grief and the worry is coming from. I do feel like there is possibly a fire sign who could be, experiencing sadness over another fire sign. But that's neither here nor there. The bottom of the deck though says courage. And I feel like it's gonna take courage to overcome the grief and the worry, okay? The courage card, the affirmation says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Okay. And also at the bottom of that, I just saw growth. So, whatever is about to happen in this fire element, whatever actions that have already taken place, it is truly for the growth of a connection or the growth of each individual involved. And it's for them to find their courage, to face their fears, um, and for them to grow from that and to find their strength. Okay. So, for the foundational tarot cards that I pulled, the three cards that did come out is the Queen of Wands. Please excuse me. The Queen of Wands, which is about action. The Temperance card, which is about balance. It's about harmony. It's also to me about divine unions as well and coming into divine union. And then it's the King of Cups, which is about, creative passions and pursuits. Could be a performer. This is also very much so about a masculine energy being in tune, in touch, and balanced with his emotions, okay, and his feelings, as well as very spiritual and intuitive. So, the reading and the understanding that I got from this is that somebody is experiencing grief behind a possible Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius woman. This woman is very loving. She's very charismatic. She's beautiful both inside and out. This is a woman who is not afraid to take action. She usually is fueled by her love and her compassion for other people and also her desire to really do the right thing to take action, okay? Um, the temperance card is actually the card in a spread like this that is affecting and or influencing the first card. So the temperance is it's influencing the Queen of Wands energy. So this lady has taken some form of action in her life or in a connection because she's wanting to restore balance. Okay. She's wanting to do what she can do on her part to bring balance, to get in touch with who she really is, to get into her truest element, her authentic element, so she can be really strong in what she brings to the table. Okay. And for somebody, though, there's someone who's either worried that that will never happen or they're worried that if she does that, you know, maybe they won't be together anymore. If she does that, will she want to be with me type energy? Okay, so here's the grief card. It says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I feel like that could be the energy that some masculine could be in at this time. It could be two fire signs involved because that is orange and red and gold, and these are also colors to be associated with fire, okay, and fire signs. So there could be a fire sign male who could be experiencing, sadness at the result of this woman leaving or them breaking up or them taking a break, whatever the case may be. Whatever actions this woman felt that she needed to take, or even that he could have possibly encouraged her to take, it's still causing him sadness. Okay. That could also go either way. It could be reversed or it could be both parties. But I do feel like this is going to be that whole absence makes the heart grow fonder situation going on. I feel like he's going to learn just how good she was. I heard to him. He's going to learn just how much she did for him, you know, whether he may have noticed this initially or not. Moving on to the temperance card, I think that she possibly knows that this is what's going to happen, which was also part of the reason why, even though she may have been sad to have to leave the connection and she may have feared them ever coming back together or what have you, she still felt the need to leave. And I think it's because she understands that her absence could make him understand, her presence more. Moving on, temperance also for me is definitely about peace in a home, peace in a connection. It is about two elements that seem like they would not work together, that they would not go together, somehow finding respect, finding the honor in the strengths and the weaknesses of another elemental partner or another partner who might be different in the way that they express their things and working together. Respect being there, humility being there, um, honor being there for the both parties and what they both bring to the connection and that working in harmony together. And it's such a beautiful picture, such a beautiful sight. I also feel like this is going to be divine, okay? This is going to bring balance as well in the supernatural things, in the spiritual matters, as well as in the matters of earthly things, okay? I do think balance is going to be restored with this connection, but maybe both parties or somebody is concerned that it might not happen. Also, this card deals with Sagittarius energy, so um, somebody could be on a spiritual journey as well. Somebody could be required to have optimism and faith and understanding and knowing that this is a part of the divine's plan for this connection. Again, it could be work related, life purpose related, or relationship related. And the relationship could be family, friend, or significant other, okay? The last and final card that came out is the King of Cups energy. For me, this is about, I think I'm hearing this is about both the masculine and the feminine being united together. And they're going to be as one mind, one band, one sound. That's the vibe I'm picking up with this. Both being spiritually intertwined with one another, with the man or the masculine energy leading the way. But I also get the vibe that this energy is going to have to get in touch with this part of himself. Okay. That's also about his feelings. That's about this love that he wants to give, okay, to this queen that he recognizes he is madly in love with, and that he needs, I'm hearing. So to clarify the cards, before I move on, the bottom of the deck of the foundation tarot cards we have is the Four of Swords. So a lot of meditation has gone on, I think, on both sides. I think meditation started to take place with the Queen of Cups energy, which is the counterpart to this King of Cups. This is the spiritual equal to this King of Cups, okay? Who could be, you know, what I'm trying to say, Queen of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Piscean energy. Excuse me. Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So there could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius who's got Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces in an extremely influential place in their chart, or they're an intuitive, spiritual person as well. Emotional, nurturing, very giving, and they have a really good grasp, I think, of the spiritual things, and they're going to be in balance with bringing those spiritual things down to the physical plane. Okay, but that's underneath the meditation card. So that's where I was getting the idea that maybe the divine feminine counterpart to this King of Cups energy had to experience this all first. So clarifying the Queen of Wands energy here, and of course, coincidentally to me, the grief energy. We've got the Hermit card coming out, which I do feel like is the masculine's energy. I would not be surprised. But even if it's not, it could be both of their energy. I think that both parties understood that, excuse me, I'm going to say it's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands had to go within herself and she had to really get clear about what she wanted. And I think that one of the things that was made clear was that she wanted to move forward, possibly from a third party situation. Okay. Also, if it wasn't a third party situation, she could feel like there wasn't any teamwork, there wasn't any collaboration in the connection, whatever it is. Okay. There wasn't much security for her, stability for her. And so she knew she needed to move forward. This chariot card is also about it's also Cancerian energy. This is also about building an empire to me. So I feel like this queen could have intuitively knew that she needed to go within herself in order to build her empire. She needed to go within herself in order to gain her strength. And one thing she knows, I think that she didn't want, was this three's a crowd energy. Also, I feel like in moving forward, though, this somehow broke the idea for the masculine about teamwork, about collaboration. It's like, we're not working together on this. This isn't working for me. And that's, overall what happened. The best possible outcome is the Eight of Wands here. So this is going to be some form of really quick communication coming in that could be very passionate. So before I move forward, I'm going to go ahead and clarify what those messages could involve right now. Spirit, please help us to understand what messages could the Queen of Wands be sending or could she be receiving at this time? Please, what messages, what passionate messages could be getting ready to come in quickly? The Nine of Swords is coming out. So I feel like someone could share that they are very anxious, that they're experiencing some form of anxiety, some form of, doubt, I even think, and fear about the connection. It could also be about that grief that somebody is experiencing, okay? It could, like I said, these energies could be reversed. This could be that the divine feminine could be feeling this, okay? Uh-oh. Yep. So here's what flew out of the deck, you guys. This is so crazy. So, wow. Wow, this is crazy. A lot of major arcanas and stuff. So I'm going to read this in the order that I'm getting it. So somebody is going to realize and they're going to be, I feel like this person in this Nine of Swords energy, they're not able to sleep at night. They're panicking because of this overwhelming sense of grief that they have about this Queen of Wands leaving and really just kind of cutting off the whole teamwork and collaboration energy here that was supposed to be. This person could have felt like they were supposed to build with this Queen of Wands energy. And now with her leaving, they're like, oh my God, we can't build anymore. Hey, baby. So that's something that they're panicking about. And the Temperance card came out yet again. So this person, like I said, they're fearful that, and they have this anxiety about union, about peace, about harmony. They could feel like this person brings them this, like this is their person, and now they're not even together. This could involve a committed union with the Four of Wands coming out here at this time. So, yeah, somebody is wanting to reestablish a home, possibly with this Queen of Wands energy. Ay, 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 ay. With this Queen of Wands energy, somebody's wanting to reestablish a connection. They want, you know, to have a celebration. Somebody could be wanting to marry this energy here, okay? But whatever was established between them, they want it back. Messages are going to be coming in about the Ace of Wands. It's a new passionate beginning. Somebody also misses this person sexually. You are this person's match sexually, or they are just truly, connected to you. With both of these wands coming out, this is passionate communication about also sexual energy, how attracted they are to you, how much, nothing is making sense sexually even for them. Like they're not possibly even getting, fulfillment in another way. It's not the same without you. And this could be this why this anxiety is here and where they're in this anxious feeling like, oh my God, I want her back because I feel afraid that I'm going to lose her. The Six of Wands is here. And, I feel like they're not experiencing this energy. This is about tranquility. This is about calm. This is also about learning lessons, excuse me, and using those lessons that you've learned to help you emotionally and mentally. And maybe this is also about moving. This is also about moving, changing residences, change all together. This person could be talking about they want to change, or that they have changed, and that you and your absence has caused this change. Here we go with the Queen of Cups. This is the counterpart of that King of Cups energy. So this person is seeing this woman as a nurturing, loving, giving individual. And they want this back. They also like the spiritual. They realize that, okay, she's a spiritual person. She's been saying certain things to me. I recognize those things and I want a new beginning with her. I wouldn't be surprised if some people travel to come to you. You guys could talk about coming back home or traveling to meet one another as well with the Six of Swords there. And the last and final card that came out was the Two of Cups. So to me, this is definitely about this connection. This is about this relationship. They don't have this with the other person, or if there is a third party situation going on, they are not getting this mutual attraction. They don't have it. This is what they had when they were with you, but they don't have that and they want it back. And at the bottom of the deck, this is about happiness. They're not happy and they want their happiness back. This is going to come across as success for them. Okay, so I'm going to stop with that. And this is the second time that the sun shows itself. Let me go ahead and move on to the temperance card. Clarifying the temperance card, guys. We had a lot of cards repeating themselves and coming out. So for me, when cards are repetitive like that, that's about that energy being very sure, that being a very prevalent and strong energy. So clarifying the temperance card is the Six of Swords. So this is about that move for somebody to move towards calmer waters. This was about that move that was spiritually led. It was a spiritual journey, I think, that needed to take place for both individuals. This was about that departure, that transition, that go moving away from each other, you know? And it was a moving away to experience balance. All in all, these two elements had to go away from each other just to appreciate one another. One of my very first readings ever upon myself, Spirit said that the way that this connection was going to work and come back together and the healing was going to take place, because with temperance, you have to experience healing. Both individuals have to experience healing before they come back together. This is where the mutual respect and all that's going to come from, aside from just passion and aside from just feelings for one another, which are very strong. It's going to have to be on a spiritual level that this shift and transition takes place, which is what's happening here. One of my first readings said that I was going to have to leave in order for the both of us to grow, but specifically for the divine masculine to also grow. But both of us are going to experience growth. And remember, that's the card I want to say that showed itself, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, right underneath this courage card for the overall energy, for the bottom of the deck with the Soul's Tarot. So my very first reading when I started doing this all together, period, was go to grow. So I'm going to probably link that if I can even remember, or I'll share it somehow in all the elemental videos. That way I won't miss it anyway. But I know this is the fire element, but that was one of the first messages that I got, that we were going to have to go to grow. And that was more so me as the divine feminine, leaving the situation, going, glowing up, becoming, who I needed to be, getting in my strength, standing in my element. And after that, it was going to help to raise, the awareness of the divine masculine as well. That's exactly what I think these cards represent, is what I'm trying to say. The last two cards to come out to clarify this temperance is the Justice card and the Nine of Cups, which to me totally resonates with that whole going to grow. This growth is also going to usher in abundance on both parties' aspects. Okay, justice is about truth being revealed, clarity being revealed. It's also about a judgment being made very clear. Not just a judgment; it's a ruling. something that is divine, a message, a sentence, a reasoning that is going to be very clear and restoring balance is going to take place. That's why the justice card is here. And I also feel like it's going to be because somebody had to go off and become more abundant. Someone had to go and take care of themselves. Somebody had to nurture themselves, love on themselves. That could have been both parties, because in these types of situations, we mirror one another, you know? And so we had to be a little selfish, but that in turn brings about the abundance that's going to lead us to the truth coming out, to the truth being revealed about who's who in this connection. The last and final card that we'll be clarifying is the King of Cups energy, which I do feel like represents the divine masculine. We also have had the Queen of Wands show herself. We had the Queen of Cups show herself. And we also have had the Queen of Swords here. At the bottom of the original set of clarifying decks was the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the lady who did use logic at the end of the day. Like, you know what? I may not have liked what you said to me. I may not have wanted to really hear these messages because, it's going to hurt, but I hear them and it's true. I do need to go focus on myself. I do need to go and make the best decisions for me right now. And so for a lot of us, that could have indicated separation from our masculine was the best thing to do. And that goes with the go to grow theme. It goes with the having to be in separation in order to find balance within self, and in order for the divine masculine to realize as well that what role we played in their life. Okay. This is about also cutting off things that no longer serve us. And guess who's right underneath this Queen of Swords? Queen of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarian energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And this is the divine counterpart to the King of Cups energy. So I do feel like this Queen of Cups, you were a loving, giving, spiritual, emotional person. Okay. Even balanced in that area. But, you know, at the time, I don't know if the divine masculine was able to clearly see that. And maybe even if you were able to clearly see that, there was a lot of conflict, around the ways that you guys thought. And so in the end, as the Queen of Cups, being spiritual, being intuitive, knowing what you need to do, you did have to operate like the Queen of Swords and be like, okay, fine. You know, now you may not have cut off this, like in my situation, I didn't cut it off. I had talked about it earlier, but then, my divine masculine came around and said that this is what we need to do. And all I could do was agree because it's true. The relationship wasn't serving anybody at this time in the state that it's been in. So yeah, separation, singlehood, having to do what's best for you, using your logic and reason over, like that's using your mind over your heart. Boom. There we go. So now with the King of Cups, clarifying the King of Cups, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So to me, this is about that King of Cups energy reflecting over, what seeds did this person plant? What seeds did they plant in me? What seeds did I plant in her? Was it worth it? Was there any growth? And I feel like with this coming up, they could still be in reflection here, or they could feel like maybe it was worth salvaging. Maybe this is worth saving. Maybe this is worth continuing to put effort. It could be the Empress energy. Oh yeah, he had it with me the whole time, but I don't see it. I tried giving it to him. He had it. Okay, the Empress energy. This is the Empress showing herself again. This is about abundance. This is also to me definitely the way that the divine masculine could finally be seen. The divine feminine, or he could have always seen her this way. Extremely attractive. I'm talking about this man wants to have sex with this woman. He wants to have babies with her. He wants her to bring forth his children. But even on a different level, this is about a woman who has taken control of her life. She is true to herself. She knows what she wants and she's taking action with that information. Okay. She is creating a life of abundance for herself. And the divine masculine is watching that. He can see that. And this is the way that he's seeing her now. And this person has finally made a decision about what he wants. Because the Seven of Cups can deal with the fact that you don't know, like you have all these different desires, you have all these different options, these different possibilities of the way that you could be, what you want, the vision that you have for yourself and for your life, right? For a relationship, for a connection. But when it's in the reverse, somebody has made a choice. Somebody is now super clear about what they want, what they desire, how they want to feel. They're clear about it now. And last but not least, they're clear about the sun. They're clear about their happiness. They're clear, in my opinion, about who brings them this happiness as well. The sun card is definitely about clarity. It's definitely about healing. So I do feel like this is also indicating the healing that is taking place even within the King of Cups or the divine masculine that's taking place. This King of Cups energy is who he has become. That's beautiful energy because that is a man who has tapped into his spiritual side. That is a man to me who has tapped into his divine feminine, and he's not afraid anymore of that. You know, he doesn't see himself as weak because of that. That is a man who could be a father or a husband figure or just a person in authority who can identify with the feelings of the people, who can identify with the feelings of the people that he cares about, and just the community at large. He's concerned about their emotional well-being, their spiritual well-being, you know, and their creative pursuits, because that can also deal with the performing arts. The sun sign to me is definitely Leo energy. This is Leontine energy. So this is the fire element, if ever. You know, this is also somebody who has gotten real with themselves. So it's a beautiful feeling to know that as the divine feminine is getting real with herself and becoming her most authentic self, that the divine masculine, her counterpart, is doing the same. And therefore, of course, recognizing himself in her. I'm going to leave this reading at that. I was thinking about, you know, clarifying the sun card some more, but I just don't know because, again, when I had stopped reading the clarifying cards to clarify the clarifying cards, the first set of clarifying cards, it was the sun that was at the bottom of the deck at that point. So I kind of feel like the sun is the sun. It's success. It is the fact that this person is getting true to themselves, that this person sees this Empress energy and, you know, everything as their happiness. That's what I get. But I do still have this itching, so I'm going to do it. Spirit, what's the best possible outcome with this scenario here and with the energies with the King of Cups? What's the best possible outcome? Oh, three cards. So I don't know which one was first. Wow. Freaking wow. Freaking wow. All major arcanas that just came out. All major arcanas. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So I really feel like this is now how this could be a way that the divine feminine is looking to the divine masculine. Like, she matches his business savvy. She matches him in, you know, being able to create stability at this point as well. So that's a beautiful thing because that's something that a lot of the divine feminines have really had to work towards, right? But here are the three cards that reveal themselves, clarifying the sun card. We've got the Fool, which for me is about optimism. It's about faith. It's about taking a chance, honey, taking a risk. So this King of Cups, in my opinion, he's going to come forth because he's stepping out on faith to get his happiness back, to start a new beginning with the divine feminine. The second card, the Strength card, he has gained his strength. He's found his inner strength. And he also sees her as that. You know, he sees her as a very strong individual. This is also the Leo card. So again, this is heavy Leo energy here. The Fool card could be any one of the signs, but I also, because it deals with faith and optimism, I also get the Sagittarius energy with that, which still goes back to temperance because that's the Sagittarius energy too. This person is taking a risk, you know, to manifest this relationship, to manifest this connection again, because he wants his happiness, he wants his success, he wants his abundance in every aspect of his life, not just in a couple parts. He wants it from every element. He wants water, air, earth and fire to be working together in unison to create and manifest the kingdom here on earth that he's always desired. Yet, that he has been fearful would never happen for him. Whoa! And I think it's beautiful that it's the magician upright because there's no trickery here. There's no being fake. There's no scheming and plotting here. There is this person who has gotten in touch with his emotions, with the spiritual aspect of himself, the feminine aspect of himself, which in then helps him to recognize who his true divine counterpart is. And he's going to manifest a relationship with her. Without further ado, you guys, I thank you for those who managed to make it this far with me. This is the end of the fire element reading. I pray that something resonated with you guys. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'd be greatly appreciative of that. I also just want to go on record by stating, guys, I've got a new special that's getting ready to come up. If you're not connected with me on Facebook, please do follow me, or you can send me a friend request. I am Naeem Shakam on Facebook. That's Naiym space SHAKAM. You can follow me there and find any live and click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I go live. But the special is basically 2 for $20 readings. Um, Today marks the first day to go ahead and get signed up for that. I'll put information in the description box of each elemental video so that you guys can know how to register for that or get involved with that. It's not a registration at all. It's just you have to, there are some things you got to do in order to participate into that. Okay. So that'll be in the description box below. I'm so grateful to have done this reading. I thank Spirit for allowing me to be a vessel of understanding and clarity for these messages. Without further ado, shalom, peace, love, light, and darkness working in unison together. Okay? Bye, guys.